These are our youth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them lifelong companionship and deeper understanding of the Quran. And may Allah bless them in all their endeavors in this life. It's always gratifying to see youth coming forth and taking leadership in their community's life. My dear brothers and sisters, we live at a time where things are changing rapidly. The philosophical orientation of relativism is taking center stage. And this philosophical orientation believes that everything is relative. There is nothing that's absolute. Things that were wrong in the past could be right today. Things that are wrong today, they could be right tomorrow. There is no absolute values. And because of that, we're seeing all kinds of changes. Some of them positive, some of them negative. Yesterday, there was a vote in Ireland, a staunch Catholic country, legalizing abortion. This week or next week, there will be an annual parade, the day normally called Gay Pride Day. July 1st, marijuana will be legal in Canada. There are all kinds of debates going around about same-sex marriage, about all kinds of issues that in the past nobody questioned, nobody debated about them. And we will be seeing more and more of this. And these things perhaps we might not think of them deeply, or parents' generation, they might not affect us. But the young generation, these things are center stage in their mind. And accordingly, I am not trying to address these issues artfully because they are complex issues. But what I would like to say particularly to my young brothers and sisters, as you engage in these kinds of issues and you read your Facebooks or you read all kinds of internet messages, it's important to remember certain guidelines. Islam is not a culture. Islam is not what I like or what you like. Islam is not based on public opinion. Islam is based on two fundamental foundations. The beloved Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, تَرَكْتُ فِيكُمْ مَا إِن تَمَسَّكْتُمْ بِهِمَا لَن تَضِلُّوا أَبَدًا كِتَابُ اللَّهِ وَسُنَّةَ رَسُولِهِ. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, I left behind me two things. If you stick to them, you will not go wrong. And what are they? The first, the book of Allah, the Quran. The second one, the authentic sunnah of the beloved Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So our guide always should be the book and the sunnah of our beloved Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And to properly understand these two main sources of Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah, we need to reference scholars, people who spend their life studying these two main sources. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask people of knowledge if you have no knowledge. So these three principles should be sufficient to guide us when we deal with this issue. Our two main references are the Quran and Sunnah, and we rely on our scholars to interpret the text and tell us what the right ruling is. Now, having said that, my dear brothers and sisters, I'd like to warn my young brothers and sisters, particularly from being Googleish. People just go and Google anything, and based on that, they formulate their understanding. Yes, internet is a helpful resource. It's good for reference, but internet is not a replacement for proper learning and proper education. Islam does not contradict intelligent thinking, does not contradict scientific thinking, does not contradict rational thinking. But you need to get your Islam from the right source and reference the legitimate sources of Islam. Internet today, my dear brothers and sisters, is becoming somewhat problematic. In Arabic, there is a term that says Hatibul Layl. Hatibul Layl is a reference to somebody who just gathers everything. So if you were to collect wood at night to start a fire, you don't know what you're collecting. You just pick whatever you find in the ground. So you might pick wood, and you might pick garbage, you might pick anything. You don't know what you're collecting. Internet is like this. Everything is in the internet today. Everybody is talking in the internet. You need to know who you are referencing. You need to know who is this person who is sharing his ideas or his opinion. And that's why there is a lot of discussion in the social media and the Facebook that unfortunately sometimes is misleading. People are putting clips from videos, from pages, from internet pages. You cannot formulate, you cannot establish your understanding of Islam based on Google. So yes, my dear brothers and sisters, we are in a world where things are changing rapidly. And I say to my young brothers and sisters, your times are much challenging than our times. But as challenging as it is, you need to be also more sophisticated and more intelligent. Don't take the easy and the superficial and the amateur road. That would lead you to a wrong path. Take the more professional, the most wise approach, which is to study at the hand of people who are learned, people who are well-versed in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Further to this, my dear brothers and sisters, culture does have place in Islam. There are things that are constant in Islam. There are things that change. One of the greatest jurists of Islamic fiqh jurisprudence, Al-Imam Ibn Abidin, wrote a book talking about the place of culture in Islam. And he noted, when he said in Arabic, وَالْعُرْفُ فِي الشَّرْعِ لَهُ اعْتِبَارُ لِذَا عَلَيْهِ الْحُكْمُ قَدْ يُدَارُ. He said local custom, culture, has a place in Islam. And he said that rulings could be based on culture. And accordingly, we in North America have our own culture. In Nigeria, they have their own culture. Culture has a place to take in Islam, but not in the area where things are absolute. So, my dear brothers and sisters, you will hear all kinds of things, but these things does not change the fundamental principles of Islam. Let's always understand the Quran and Sunnah. And it's very encouraging to see young brothers like the two who led us today, who have memorized Quran, and I encourage you not to stop at the level of memorizing, but go further to understand the Quran and to live the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide them, guide all our youth, and protect us from the evil that surrounds us. قل قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم.